Hi and welcome everyone. This is the Hobo Prepper and I am Friar Tuck. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so this is my hobo tutorial for the last week of July, I believe. I'm still kind of behind. I did some grooming, and I gotta tell you, a beard is kind of hard to manicure. So anyways, what I'm going to be talking about today is another thing that you, as a traveler, as someone who has to bug out, or just as a hobo tutorial, the way that the world is going is that you need to have some sort of digital literacy, okay? The ability, as we go to a cashless society, the ability to be able to, let's say, panhandle, or to be able to get under the table work, or to be able to do certain things. Those skills or those avenues may be closed off to you as time goes along. So you as a prepper, or even as a hobo, need to really take the opportunity to get yourself into an opportunity, whether it be free education, because I think it's Full Sail University and the People's University. You can go and get a free education and get the coursework and the classifications that you need to be able to not only pre-position yourself, because you may decide, okay, now I have my digital literacy, now I decide I want to be a digital nomad, and you still have the money, but yet you're not hurting as much as the average homeless person is or will be, because of one thing or another. I'm going to let you guys kind of follow the bouncing ball on your own, because this is like the second video in a row that I'm making. With that being said, there is some tips for you that will kind of help you to be able to have the tools that you need. There are programs, depending upon what city and what region you're in, where you can get a free laptop, things like that. Or if you have been homeless for a while, one of the things you might want to do is talk with those that you have regular relationships with, and say, hey, do you have a laptop that you're about ready to get rid of? Even something that's old and may not really have the good hardware, because see, Windows is resource intensive. It wants to use a lot of resources, whereas with Linux, you could take an older machine, something that's like 10 years old, right? And you could put a Linux kernel on it, and you can do things like even going on I forget the website. I'm gonna have to look it up, and I'll put it in the description for those of you that want to know. But there are places. Hobo with a laptop. Okay, Hobo with a laptop has different programs where if you have a laptop, you can make some money. You can actually do some work and make your own money, because as we move towards the cashless society and a digital currency, you're going to need to figure out new ways to raise money, outside of the traditional ways that most homeless do. Okay, and so by installing Linux on your machine and taking the time to understand what it is that you can get from understanding Linux. And not only that, because Linux is about 80% to 90% of the total market, because most of the stuff that we have that runs outside of the desktop environment is Linux based. Even most of your server networks have some are hybrid with Linux, if they're not a full Linux shop. So the end user may be using a desktop, but if you want something that you can do that is going to be valuable, understanding and learning Linux, you can go to the library and get Linux for Dummies. I'm reading that right now. It is something that will help you at least understand the basics, kind of how it's built out. There are so many different publications. The operating system is free, so you don't have to pay for licensing. The software that you need and the add-ons that you need are free, so you don't have to worry about paying for that. And the only thing that you are required to do is to give up a little bit of your time and take a moment and educate yourself. And there are multiple ways to where not only can you get free public education, but you can educate yourself, and you can go and you can experience it yourself and actually have different avenues to make money, because you may have to go through the cryptocurrency route, and I'm going to be talking about that a little bit as well. You may need to have something like a CashApp so that people can send you money various ways, or different platforms that you may have to use as we go into a cashless society. And so as my tutorial for this week, or my tip for this week is that you really need to take the time and improve your digital literacy. And depending upon where you're at in life, this will be something that you as an individual may struggle with or you may excel at, but it's still, as cars came in, they had to get rid of the horse and buggy whip manufacturing plants and the carriage manufacturing plants, and people had to be educated on how to be able to assemble a car. Well, as we're going through that same digital revolution as we did through the automobile revolution, you as an individual are, in order to make yourself relevant to be able to survive as a nomad, as a hobo, or just somebody who just wants to travel, like I do, this is something that you as an individual are going to have to do in order to make yourself relevant in the society of the future. As things break down, having this digital, the digital literacy that I'm telling you to get, it's going to make you more valuable, so that you may not have to work a lot and you can go and do the things that you want and still kind of live the lifestyle that you've been living. Okay, so with that, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a Patreon subscriber, and I will see you in the next video.